Hello, my name's Oliver Connor at Connor Insurance, and this is another episode of whatever this is. I am going to have Leah send out a poll because there's an argument of what this should be called. Some people think this should be called Fireside Chats. I think that's a little cheesy, but you can let us know. We were thinking maybe Insurance Unscripted, but it's up to you all. We just hope the message gets through to some of you. And what we're talking about today is, I think, something that we're all feeling. We're seeing clients come in from a lot of different carriers and looking for help. Luckily, we're all in this together and we can offer answers no matter who you're with now. So if you don't have an agent that you can talk to, feel free to contact any of us. We'll have the contact information readily available. But what we're all feeling, right, is the stress of rate increases in this economy, especially when it comes to insurance coverage. I think that, my 2 cents, one of the most difficult things about insurance rates are understanding how you fit into a larger piece of the puzzle and what's going on. We get a lot of comments about, I've got no claims, why is my rate going up? And I think the biggest thing is that we're all in this together. And when I say all of us, yes, all of us, we feel it here too. We do not get special rates just because we're insurance agents. And we do put our business with the carriers that we represent. It's not a requirement, but we hope that we're representing the right carriers in this market today for the majority of the people that we insure. So the advice that we offer to people is often the advice that we offer to each other, and we're paying attention to the way the market moves. Unfortunately, right now, rates have just gone crazy, and that's what we want to talk to you a little bit about. This might be a little bit of a long one. Hopefully you'll sit in with us on this, but if not, we'll try to splice it up into some shorter clips. We'll make Leah work for that. So I have Brittany here with me today. Again, she's been voluntold to sit in the seat. And I was going to ask her a couple questions because I'm not as on the front lines anymore. And Brittany and the team here, they talk to the majority of the people that call in. And so those pain points come from them. So I wanted Brittany to give her 2 cents. So what I think the biggest question is, why are our rates going up when we haven't had claims? Brittany, do you have any idea?
I do know partially with all of the major events that happened last year with Helene and flooding and things, carriers paid out. Whether we had a claim or not, the carriers paid out. So that's also affecting everyone's rates. They've raised rates to try to get money back. Part of it, like you said, the market is there. A lot of factors go into everything. I mean, I've been telling all my clients, unfortunately, I'm in the same boat. No claims on home or auto, and yet both of mine went up as well. We're hoping we'll start to see a change, but there's a lot of factors that play into it, and part of it is they're trying to recoup some of the money from some of the big claims we've hit.
Yeah, that's a good point. So there are a few things. Of course, natural disasters are a big one, and it's not carrier specific. A lot of times it's regional, and it can be a difference between where carriers like to operate and where they're licensed to insure. We only deal as an agency with North Carolina, so we're more in tune to North Carolina issues. But Helene hit Western North Carolina really hard. If any of you were affected, you know best, and we're sorry that you were involved in that. We had quite a few clients that did get hit in a big way, and we're all in this together. So when you pay your insurance premiums, a lot of carriers will put those premiums, part of those premiums aside to pay claims, and if they aren't seeing any of that. If they're paying out more than they're getting in, that could be a problem. We're not saying that's the case with all of them, and we don't know, exactly how these algorithms work when they rate these policies. But we do know that money has to come from somewhere, and most of the times those are from the premiums that we put in. So it's important to have that discussion with your agent. If you're worried about your particular situation, where your business is, what money you are paying in, a lot of times we can have that on an individual, conversation with an individual account. So make sure you're calling in and having that discussion. I think also one of the things that I want to touch on is just the economy in general. I don't know about you, but I have 3 very young children, and groceries are becoming ever more expensive. So it's not just insurance premiums, everything's going up. And when we take a look at insurance, let's talk about groceries. If your power goes out, that's the bill that needs to be paid, right? Is stuff in my freezer went bad, is that covered? They're going to go to the grocery store to get that. Or if your auto, gets into an accident, they have to go at today's rates, and they have to pick up those parts, get them in, they have to pay today's labor, construction, all of that. So they have to compensate for that, along with some of the large disasters and stuff. So Brittany, I wanted to also ask you, what do you expect if somebody, let's say I get my insurance bill, and I'm thinking to myself, these people are crazy. I don't want to pay this. What do you expect me to do as a client here?
We appreciate it when you call in and you're just like, hey, can we have a review? Can you look over my renewal? Why did this go up? Is there anything you can do? Can you help me? We do policy reviews basically every day now. You get your renewal, it comes, you get it and you call us. Absolutely. We're happy to help. We look at coverages, whether it's home and auto, even umbrella. We look at, if you're having more policies we can add in to get a discount. We look at, do we need to increase deductibles? Do you really need this coverage versus this one? We look at all the things. We look really to see if there's anything we can do. And we'll be honest, if there's something we can't do to help you, we'll let you know, hey, we can refer you to somewhere else that has maybe more carriers that you can see about riding with. If for some reason, we have one carrier for home, and if for some reason we can't put your home with them, then you don't get that bundling discount. Well, we'll refer you somewhere else that you can.
There is a lot to unpack in what she just said. So rewind that and listen to that, because there are a few key things. Number one, it's not good for anyone to have a financial advisor, whether that's on the offensive side for your assets and your investments, or your defensive side for your insurance coverage, that you're not going to trust. So at the base level, if you've had your insurance with an agent, whether that's us or anyone, there should be a level of trust there that you can count on even when things get difficult. So if you get something you don't understand, whether that's coverage related or pricing related, please reach out to your agent. And if you don't have one, reach out to us. We are still part of this community. If not most of my team, all of my team, we live here. We are going through the same things. We get the same invoices. We have the same questions. So if you get something you don't understand, please contact your agent and ask those questions before you make any drastic moves. We are not here to upset anyone. We're not here to get people to purchase something that, number one, they can't afford. Number two, they don't understand. It's your insurance coverage. We're just here to help you understand that better so that you can make the right financial decision for you and your family. For instance, if you move your auto policy, there is a huge discount right now on certain carriers' home policies. And the way that we like to structure things, and this goes into how we look at insurance coverage for individuals and families, I wouldn't say, honestly, we're the best shop for someone at the end of the day on a Friday that needs insurance quick, and this is your first time talking to us.
Right.
Most of the time, our honest answer is you can get that faster and less expensive somewhere else, and a lot of times for the same coverage. Yes. But if you are a family that's really trying to maximize your dollar and get the most coverage, then we take our time and we look at all those things. So if you're a client that's been with us for a long time, we have looked at this many different times over the last decade, and we are trying to save you as much money while affording you, or getting the carrier to afford you as much coverage as possible. So if you go out and just rearrange the pieces to that puzzle, you might not get the results that you were expecting. So if you call a 1-800 number and you get an auto policy, I know for a fact, because I've tested this out, you might not get the same coverages that you're asking for. A lot of people are shopping on price, and a lot of people know that. And so if you're going for speed and price, sometimes you can sacrifice the coverage. It's okay if you get a quote. Call us with those numbers, get it in writing, send it to us.
Yeah, we'll compare. We'll go over it. We'll look at it.
For sure.
The one thing that's really, it hurts, like we all feel it and we feel bad for people. If they don't come to us to shop their auto or to talk about their auto renewal and they go out and get a different auto and then they let us know, hey, I can't cancel my auto, but I'm keeping the home. We have to remove that auto discount from your home policy. And then your home goes up, and most of the time they're not really saving at that time and they don't realize it. And then it's a whole nother thing.
So, I think the moral of the story is if you've trusted your insurance advisor, whomever that may be, this long, and the longer you've trusted them, the more reason to trust them still. We are not here to keep you here if it's not the best decision for your family. And price is a huge factor. We all understand that. So if, go over the policies, go through the what ifs and the maybes, and if I do this or choose to do that. And, if you're going to cancel it, a lot of times our policies are automatic renewals. So we're gonna need to know anyway, so that you don't get charged for months that you don't need.
Yeah, our main carrier is automatic renewal. So a lot of carriers, if you don't pay, then it automatically cancels. That's it. Not with our main carrier. And then next thing you know, you're going into pending cancellation. And that's when we hear from clients that have moved away and didn't tell us. So, we obviously will get that fixed. But, just communication's key. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know if we can help you. We're definitely here. That's our goal, is to help and educate.
We appreciate you watching us this long. We know this was a long one. If you have any questions, again, if you don't have an agent, give any one of us a call. Reach out to us on the website. We can text, phone call, email. It doesn't matter to us. We just want to make sure that everyone in North Carolina is getting the help that they need and they've got someone. And that doesn't need to be us. If you've got a great agent, that's perfect. If not, and we're not close to you and you want someone close, we'll even try to find someone that we've got, friends and fellow colleagues everywhere. So thanks again. Enjoy the fall. Get some pumpkin spice, whatever, and then let us know what we're going to call this thing.
Yeah, vote for that.